Hi everyone, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around about 4.5 years, putting in solid foundations to be here for many generations. We are now in a position where we are expanding our economy to benefit all our citizens by improving the liquidity and the value of our currency. And anybody can become a citizen. You just come along, register, prove you're a real person, and that's all there is to it. There's no fee, no obligation. There's lots of things that you can and most members choose to get involved in, but it's entirely up to you. We have a non-separatist ideology within our community, within our nation. And what that means is we don't separate people based on any superficial factors. We just see everybody as a human being, regardless of their gender, colour, class, creed, or anything else. We recognise that all human beings are unique, all part of one big family, all linked together, but being unique, have something unique to offer our community, and therefore all of equal value. And we have a little affirmation in a moment that helps us with that ideology. But before that, we always start with a very short prayer to help us find what everybody seeks in life, and that is true happiness. Whatever it is you think you're working towards or doing or whatever, its underlying reason is because you feel it's going to make you happier. But we're not talking about short-term pleasure. We're talking about that long-lasting, ever-new joy within you. And that's something that you can't buy. You'll get pleasure when you pay off your credit cards and your loans and your debts. You'll get pleasure when you buy the new house you've always wanted or travel the world like you've always wanted to. But it'll only last for a certain amount of time. And then you'll be looking for something else to give you that peak of pleasure. And there are people that are very supposedly successful in life. They've got all the money that they could ever want, and they're still searching for something. They don't know what it is. They don't know how to get it. And it is that pure bliss that is within that cannot be destroyed, and you only get it through loving service to others. Now, the great thing about this is that when you make loving service to others your way of life, everything else that you need and want in life will flow to you, as well as that ever-new joy. So it's a wonderful way to live your life, and that's what our little prayer's about. But before the prayer, let's just welcome you, wherever you're from, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay. If you're watching live, it's nice if you're not too shy to put your name and where you're from in the comments and people can see. Also, if you've got any questions, that's what I'm here for, to answer them if I can. And you can pop those in the comments as well. So before we get on to the prayer, let's just have a look at who's in already. We have Ramachandra from Watford in England. We have Ron from Amsterdam in Holland. We've got Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal. Peter from Cameroon, Africa, of course, continent of Africa. Don Wilson from Vancouver Island in Canada. Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA. Peter from Kettering in England. Norman from Doncaster, England. Rosina from Edinburgh in Scotland. Maureen from London in England. And have we got any more? Yeah, we've got Nankiap from Nigeria. So welcome again to all of you, and always be aware that if you do miss a day, you want to catch up, the recordings are always available in both Facebook and YouTube, and I think also in Twitch. So there's no excuse for not knowing what's going on. Right, let's get started with that little prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, We are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love. And through that love, bless each member, that they may find the joy of service, and through service attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their lives. Amen. And our little affirmation. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. Okay. Any more for any more? No, Nankiep was the last. Still no more added in there. Been a good day today. We've got a lot of things worked out and sorted out. Our new developer, Vishal, somebody knocking at the door, just excuse me. Okay, big boy, okay. Okay, I'm here. Stay.
Hello, okay. Do you know where your external water meter is?
The water meter external?
Yeah.
Right, no idea.
You've just got one internally, have you?
We've got one internally, yeah.
Yeah.
No idea where it is.
No, we've been told that you're out of water leaks.
I don't know what it is anymore.
But it's out here?
Yeah, that's not me, right?
No, but apparently the pipe feeds your house.
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't know if you had an external water meter, that was all. No?
Okay, good. It's a good boy. I apologise. There's a water leak down the road somewhere, and anyway, where was I? Vishal, our new developer. So far, we're very pleased with him, and think he's going to be a really good addition to our team. And looking forward to working with him more and more as we go on. The login ads panel in your dashboard now works perfectly as it should have done, and apparently it was Vishal found immediately what the problem was, and it wasn't anything to do with his coding or anything. It was actually Devyani, when she'd done the push, when she'd moved it up from the development server, she'd missed a bit of code. And Vishal found it before Devyani came back and corrected it, and it was all done and dusted. So that's a real good sign, isn't it? So that is working. You can now delete any ads that are now defunct, you don't use anymore. You can, if you have an ad that's got a lot of credits on it and you want to move them to somewhere else, to a new ad or something like that, you can take the credits off that and put them onto another one. If you do delete an ad that has credits on it, the credits will go back into your account. So it's all very good, but it also tracks the clicks. So you'll be able to see if anybody's clicking on your ad, as well as having people see it. You want to know if people are clicking on it. And so that is also available to you. If people aren't clicking on it, but a lot of people are seeing it, then you need to change your ad. Basically, you need to make it something that people want to click on. and not always easy, but it's no good running an ad that nobody is clicking. Okay, so if you're not getting, if you're getting, you see your credits going down, people are viewing it, more and more views, but nobody clicking, do something about it. Okay. I see we've got Andrew in from Auckland in New Zealand as well. So we're pleased with that. Vishal was then working on something that helps the developers know who's doing what and everything else. And he's put that in place. He's been aided by Devyani because he needs information and things, but that is now in place, and so they can both work without getting in one another's way. And he's now on the downline builder and the multiple income streams. They're both linked together. One is where you can add yours in, your programs in and edit them. And the other one is where you go and see what everybody's promoting, and best if you can become an affiliate and then update your affiliate link. Now, if you have to pay to be an affiliate, you want to make sure that it's something you want to be in. But if being an affiliate is free, then you might as well join and put your link in. Then anybody that joins after you in your network there, when they see the multiple income streams, they will do the same, and they'll be registering under you. So it's a really good way to build any business, and it is something that is underused, really. But you want to really get to use it, and everybody you refer when they join, they'll look at it. So make sure you refer a lot of people and put in your links for anything that you want to promote. Devyani and I, we've been working on lots of other things, and one of the things we've been working on is the staking programs. Now, those are now closed, and they have been for quite some time, about a year. I'm not going into the details of why. Those that are involved in the staking programs know why. But we are now getting to the position where we're going to be able to make refunds to people that put money in and didn't at least break even. In fact, we're going to do better than that, but immediately, or not immediately, but in the first instance, we're going to make sure that nobody is losing money. We're going to make sure that everybody gets repaid what they put in, and then we're going to double it. But before we get into doubling it, before we get into people getting into profit with everything, we're making sure that they're not at a loss, and we're going to move that through into other areas before we get back to adding the profit side into the loans that we had that we've repaid, the staking plans that we are working on now, and we'll be getting into the nest eggs, getting all of those repaid. Now, once everybody's got the money back in their pocket, so they've not lost anything, then we can look at using the additional funds we have to make those people even happier by getting them into profit. And what we said we'd do with the staking plans, we would double everything that anybody put in. So what I've found, I've been going through the first one, the stable stake. We have quite a lot of people that actually were in profit. Not a lot, but it was a $100 program. You couldn't put more in, you couldn't put less in. It was $100, and we got quite a lot of people that got their $100 back, or a little bit over 100, and some people maybe 109, 103, 100. So those people currently are not going to get anything into their available cash wallet until we get into the stage where we will be doubling the money. And then, if they, for example, if they had $110 already from the withdrawals, then they'd get another 90, so they'll have doubled their money. But we got also people that staked and never even got 1 cent out of it. And so they're going to get a $100 amount into their available cash wallet. And the good news is we've started doing those. And the only reason it's not everybody is we ran out of time. But we will get everybody from the stable staking program repaid anything that they're out of pocket with. Okay, so not everybody's going to get $100. I mean, if you put your $100 in and you've already had $50 out, then you'll get $50 and so on. We've repaid a lot already, probably about half of them, I think, just as a guess. But I ran out of time, and I'll be getting the other people done tomorrow morning, and that'll be one thing out of the way that people have not benefited from. Okay, some did benefit a little bit or didn't lose anything, but we'll be making sure that everybody has not lost anything in that stable stake program. Now, we've also got the figures in spreadsheets for the secondary staking. That is more complicated to work out because people put in different amounts. I think you could put in anything from $25 upwards or something like that. Some people may have put in just 25, and some people would put in multiple payments of 25 here, 50 there, 30 there, and so on. And of course, the amounts that were paid out in based on what was staked and at what date and everything else. So it is more complicated to finish that, but I'm hoping that I'll get all the information on that done by weekend or the end of the weekend. It is a bit tedious and time consuming, that one. When I get onto it, it will take me quite a while. I'm not sure how much we need to get everybody their money back in that secondary staking, but I don't think we'll be able to make the repayments until we get a fairly large influx of cash, either Binance coughing up or Beyond Infinity with that $100,000 vehicle, or both, ideally. I'm sure if we get both, we'll be able to get everybody not only their money back from the secondary staking, but we'll also have some funds left over to start on the nest egg project. My goal is to make sure that everybody that is in We Share Abundance has not lost any money by being with us. Okay, if people have left and they've withdrawn things and they're not happy with it, we can't do anything about that. We've always tried to discourage that. We've always tried to say to people, just hang in there. We'll get it sorted. But people don't believe you, and I don't blame them, because there is so much dishonesty on the web with so many programs, but we are different. I'm not saying we're the only honest program. There are plenty of honest ones, but there are far more dishonest ones than there are honest ones, in all honesty. Talking about honesty. And we're one of the good ones, let's put it that way. But it will take us a little bit of time. But my objective, first of all, is to make sure that everybody that has put their hand in their pocket will have their money back, so they won't be out of pocket with that. And the second objective is to make sure that everybody that put their hand in the pocket is in profit, even if it's only $1, to make sure that everybody is in profit. And my goal is to get that completed within the first half of next year. We may do it quicker, it may take longer, but that is my goal, to be within the first 6 months of next year. And that gives us a couple of months we've got left in this year yet. 3 months left, isn't there? October, November, and December. And so that's where we're going, and that is good news, and it's a wonderful feeling to be paying out these people. It really is. It's one of the happiest days of my life when I'm paying people out, particularly people that have been waiting for a while. So it's been a good day all round today. We have got quite a number of people as well that are sending in forms for the co-op for the Node program in Beyond Infinity. And we're keeping bang up to date on that. We did have to buy another Node license to cater for the people that are coming in. That's fine, we'll buy the licenses until we can't buy them. So basically, you've got until, I think it's this Friday, the 27th. Where are we? 24th today, Tuesday. Yeah, you've got until Friday. I'm not sure exactly what time on Friday, and I'm not sure whether it's, I think it is UK time, midnight on Friday or something like that. If we've got positions up to the point where we can buy them, if everybody fills the positions we've got left, then and then somebody else joins, we'll buy another position. And we'll do that right up to the last minute if needed. Once it's gone, it's gone. We can't do anything about that then. So you've got until Friday if you want to get involved in the co-op, or directly through Beyond Infinity. Of course, you have to be a paid member of Beyond Infinity, but that is a one-time $50, and you can get your link from the what I've been talking about. What's it called? The multiple income streams. Okay, the link is in there for Beyond Infinity, and that'll make sure that you're joining under your We Share Abundance sponsor or upline. Okay. And make sure, of course, once you join Beyond Infinity, to put your username in there so that anybody that you refer, when they join Beyond Infinity, they join with your link. Right. Okay, one other thing I was going to mention yesterday and I forgot. No big deal really, but it just makes life a bit easier for you. When you were withdrawing from the exchange, you have to have two-factor authentication, and that's still in place if you're taking money from the exchange into the blockchain. And that is to protect you and to protect us from people hacking your account and running off with your money. Okay, if you've got that two-factor authentication as a requirement, they can't do it basically. So that's why it's on. But it was also on to withdraw from the exchange into We Share Abundance. And there's really no need for that, is there? I mean, that's all internal anyway. And so that has been removed. So if you're taking money out of your exchange into your available cash wallet, which is a very simple process, there's no requirement now for two-factor authentication to do that. It's only if you're taking it out of our community, out into the wild, wild west of the blockchain and the wide world, outside of the sanity and love of We Share Abundance. Okay, so that's there. Deviani is now working on something that we need in the 777 plan, because your downline, the people that you're getting paid on in the 777 plan, are often people that you don't know, because they've been passed up to you by somebody. So you don't have a way of contacting them through your internal messenger. So Deviani is working now on putting a link in there, so you'll be able to click on their names and it'll bring up their email address. Now, if anybody is found abusing this by spamming people, they will be certainly suspended and potentially totally removed from We Share Abundance. We can't afford to have that happening. But it's there for you so that you can contact people and say, hey, you're in my 777 downline, and I don't think you've put anybody into you've been allocated an assisted entry. Won't cost you anything, won't cost whoever takes it up anything, but you've got to put somebody's name in there, otherwise it's not activated, and it'll delay you getting your next assisted entry and getting paid on things. So you'll be able to do that, and that is really what it's designed for, and nothing else. So don't abuse it. There will be, once it is in place, there will be a warning coming up about abuse, and you can lose everything in We Share Abundance if you do abuse. If you're reported for abuse and it's found that you were guilty of spamming people through that email link that we provide for you, we will have to take serious action to protect everybody else. Okay. Just behave, basically, isn't it? Just behave. Be respectful. Numbers. Let's have a look at the numbers. We have an increase of 38 in the 777 plan in the last 24 hours to 24,118. Once again, we're still in the process of getting the bank account, if you like, for that, the money in there to pay for the assisted entries. That's still a work in progress as we go, and we're developing the system there. We did make changes to it. We've got to watch it, we've got to monitor it and try and balance everything out. So you will see it up and downs a bit in that as we are working on that. But up by 38 in the last 24 hours to 24,118. Our registered member count went up by 24. That's a net increase because we're taking out anybody that doesn't verify their email. If they don't verify their email, they can't log in. If they can't log in, you know, they're not a citizen. They're just, I don't know, somebody that filled in a form for no reason. I know some people maybe don't find the verification email because it might go into spam or another folder, promotion folder, or whatever else. Google have hundreds of folders if you don't delete them all. So it could go into another folder, and some people don't bother looking for it, and they can't be bothered, and okay, no big deal. But there's little purpose in them being in our database if they can't even log in. So after a number of memory joggers from us, we take them out. So this is a net increase of 24 to 49,990. So we're going to be tipping the scales at 50,000 in the very near future. And I don't know what we got down to in the past. I don't know what our lowest low was, but we've come a long way from there. I wonder if I can find any figures. We were down at 40,000. I think we were below that at some point. Which one? Yeah, 38,000, 37,000. 37,000. I think that's the lowest I can go back to anyway. About 37,000. So we are definitely on the up. We bottomed out at about 37,000 registered members, and we now have nearly 50,000. So that's 13,000 increase in a relatively short period of time. And that will continue to grow, and it will continue to grow more and more and more. We will, I mean, some of my goals might frighten you, or you may think they're ridiculous, but one of my first goals is to get us to 5 million members. And that's a long way to go from nearly 50,000, you know. But if you think about it, 50,000, it's only 100 times that, you know, to get to 5 million. And if we had 50,000, and if half of them brought in one person a month, it wouldn't take long to get up to that 5 million, because it'd just keep going. And as we introduce new programs and people start getting paid and getting refunded, and the optimism comes back, and people realize that all the things they've been saying about us, not everybody, you know, but probably a minority, but the minority often shout loudest, the things that they've been saying about scams and all the rest of it, it'll all be overpowered by the goodwill that'll be generated now, and we'll start to see some real big growth. And as I say, it's only my first step goal, 5 million. We will get there and beyond, believe me. God bless. Okay, what else have we got? We have an increase of 20 in our active members to 3,274. Now, active doesn't mean that they're promoting anything, but it does mean that they're logging in. At least it means that they are a little bit more interested. And that is a more important number than the 50,000 registered members. But that active count is going up steadily. I don't know what we got down to with active members either. I don't know whether we can see that. So I know that was bigger there. What's this one? 2. Can't find that same page, which is this one, I think. See if we can see active member count. I'll have a proper look for it again if I don't find it here. But the active, well, I can see that the active member count was down below 3,000 at one point. Anyway, I can't find the lowest at the moment, but it was. I think we got down to about 2,700. So we're now up at 3,274, and it will continue to grow. We have an increase of 3 in something. What's this? Oh yeah, paid shareholders members. It's now at 522. Once again, that is something that should grow quite quickly. Multiply Weezer, no change in the membership base, but we logged in and we got a little bit more than usual. And it took us up into the next dollar, $10,551 in the bonus pool there for Multiply Weezer. Not worth anything really at this moment in time. We've got to get that Weezer token back to being a viable token in the same way that we have done with ShareHope. ShareHope now is a real good, valuable asset. We have a little bit of a hiccup with our, where is it? It's in this one, I think. See if I've got an answer. Okay. I think the only thing we had so far were test hits. There were only 3 and one click. But I think they were from testing, and so our marketing at the moment is not moving very much. But I just got a message from them saying that the traffic has now started. Now, I'm not exactly sure when it started, but I looked at our tracking just before we came on here, and basically there's nothing there. So if it's started now, I think it's only just been started. So I don't really have anything to report on that at the moment. It's the only one we've got running at present. There are still some things we need to sort out on the tracking at the last point to see what value in sales we get from the leads. It's all very well knowing how many people visited your page and how many people then joined and how many people went to the buying page. But the bottom line is how many people bought and how much and what for. And that is the bit that's not working at the moment. So we need to get that sorted out. But meanwhile, we can track the basics and see what happens. So if you're in the cash cow program, don't worry if you're not, because it's closed now anyway. So it's only the people that were in it for a long time ago, and we're now working to get them some nice money in their pocket. If you are in the cash cow program, you won't be seeing anything at the moment because I checked the rotator as well. This is another way that you can check things to see how many hits we've got on the rotation. And there's nothing in there. So that is where we are. I think we're up to date with things. I've given you the numbers. I've given you things. But from my point of view, it's been a really good day, a happy day. Lovely to pay out a few people. It'll be even more lovely. I'm pretty sure that Beyond Infinity car, I think we should be up for it next month. It depends how quickly we can buy and sell something, what kind of a deal we can get. And I'm also fairly optimistic about getting the money back from elsewhere. Don't worry about why it is there. It's all in the past anyway. And as it comes in, it'll only help us get more into that debt-free situation. And that can only be good, can't it? Once we are completely debt-free, then the next thing is to make sure we are 100% sustainable. And in other words, we've got enough money coming in from the tiny bits of profit that we take out of any programs, which is really small. We need good volume of numbers. But if we hit that 5 million target, we'll be very solidly sustainable. And then we can look at putting in a government and making the nation a true democracy. Okay, right. That's it from me then, I think, folks. No questions have cropped up. So I've got nothing to answer. God bless you all. I'll be here same time, same place tomorrow, 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. One other thing, there was a bug. It keeps cropping up in the Power of One, and I think it was Bozina here who reported it. It's been a right pain for Bozina pretty much every month. But we do think we've got it sorted out now. But the Power of One bonus, we will be totally revamping. You won't lose anything by it. But we'll be going through, because it's had so many changes, ups and downs and bits and pieces from different programs. So we do need to sort of make it a lot cleaner, if you like, in the way that it works. And that will prevent these bugs cropping up again and again and again. But hopefully this time we've got that bug sorted out. That was on the, I think, on the 777 plan commissions. Once you're up the levels and you've got more people in more positions, that's where it affects things. So fingers crossed that is sorted out. I don't know how I got onto that, because I was saying goodbye. But anyway, God bless you all. You know when I'll be here. It'll be posted in YouTube and Facebook. And until then, you know what you've got to do as well. Share love and abundance. Be of loving service to others, and go the extra mile when you're doing it. And it will not only benefit you in financial ways, but it will turn your life into a blissful, happy existence. God bless you all. I love you all. And I'll see you later, alligator. In a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile.